Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's get in some front page news. Good morning. Let's
Good
start off with
morning,
sports.
y'all. Woo,
Hold on one
Friday.
second, Morgan. Pacers beat the Thunder last night. If you went to sleep early, like Charlamagne said a little bit, you missed it. OKC was up 14 at one point. They were up 6 with 2 minutes left, but the Pacers came back and won last night, 111-110 to lead the NBA Finals Game 1. What's up, Morgan?
What's up is this bromance breakup that appears to be happening between President Trump and Elon Musk, snatching wigs and edges and all types of stuff. But luckily, it's Friday, so maybe we can get a little bit of rest. Yes, the girls are fighting. So President Trump says he doesn't know if he and Elon Musk will continue to have a great relationship. His comments in the Oval Office came days after Musk criticized Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. Now, it's important to note that the president's comments came early in the day, and the drama between him and Elon Musk progressed as the day went on. But Trump initially had, here's what Trump initially had to say yesterday regarding Elon Musk and those comments that came out.
You saw the words he had for me, the words of, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore.
Yeah, Charlamagne, you called it. You called it about those EV vehicles. You said what is he going to be mad at? It's going to be one of two things. Now, Trump said he asked Musk to leave his administration. Trump said Musk was upset that he was ending the EV mandate, which will cost Musk billions of dollars. Now, Trump also said the Tesla CEO was disappointed Trump did not, or he decided not to go with his preferred head of NASA. And the president threatened to terminate, as we said, Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Now, Musk said Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill was never shown to him and passed in the House in a deal in the dead of night. He also reposted an image showing old tweets from Trump that appeared to contradict his spending bill, saying, "Where's this guy today?" Musk has been highly critical of this beautiful bill since his time ending as a special government employee for Doge. Now, the Tesla CEO also made a post claiming the reason the Jeffrey Epstein files haven't been made public is because Trump is in them. Musk posted time to drop the really big bomb before saying Trump is in the files. Now, the financier and convicted sex offender died back in 2019 by suicide, and the public has long called for the release of the documents, including a contact list of names. Now, the Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, also claims that Trump would not have won the election without him. Musk responded to a post calling for President Trump to be impeached, saying yes. So what do you guys think about all of this drama?
Well, even though I said this was going to happen months ago, I don't particularly believe this right now. I think it's all wrestling. Like, Elon has lost like $100 billion since December. He lost like $26 billion yesterday. I think that a lot of this is just to try to rehabilitate Elon's image to get his companies back on track. But I think that's a wrap. Elon is going to have to step down as a CEO. I won't believe this until some of those government contracts actually get pulled. Like, threatening the government contracts to get pulled is one thing. Actually pulling them is another. That's when I believe like some of this is real.
Yeah,
that Epstein files thing to me is a nothing burger.
Yeah, that was just a shot. But the problem is like Elon Musk, he gave Trump $277 million for his campaign. The problem is with a lot of those EV companies, and this is the effed up part. Joe Biden put it into play that a majority of your fleet or the majority of the cars that you sell have to be EV. I think by 2026. So a lot of these manufacturers changed to EV. We're trying to sell EV, and if you look at all these lots, nobody wants to buy EV. These cars are not selling. They're practically giving them away to the fact where a Hummer during COVID was like $1,500 a month if you wanted to lease it. Now, that same Hummer I seen yesterday for $400 and change. Like, they're just trying to give these cars away. Nobody wants them, and people are going to be losing billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, but Trump said Elon knew that was going to be in the bill. So he said Elon knew that was going to be in the bill the whole time. So,
Elon said he never seen the bill.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
People need to start reading. That's what I think. And that Epstein files thing is really a nothing burger because the flight logs of Epstein's plane came out, and Trump was on those. So was a lot of other people.
You seen pictures on with
Bill
Trump,
Clinton. Yeah, Trump and Epstein have been in. They got video of them in parties together, picking out girls. And plus, Trump is already president. So what is Trump in the Epstein files going to do?
I don't know. Make him worse than what he already does.
What? Donald Trump? What? Listen. Donald Trump is Teflon. It's like, come on, stop. Like, when he said, I can walk in the middle of whatever street and shoot somebody in the head and nobody will care, he was absolutely, positively right. He won
All right.
He won a whole election. Nobody is going to care that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files.
All right, y'all. Well, that's your front page news for 6 a.m. Stick around at 7. We'll talk trade in China and immigration.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, the Pacers beat the Thunder 111-110. Now, the Thunder was up pretty much the whole game. They were up 14 at one point, up 6, I think, with 2 minutes left. And the Pacers came back and won last night, 111-110. Halliburton had the last shot, which got him over that hump.
The Pacers really just don't quit. I mean, they're one of those teams that just refuse to die. It's like herpes. Like they never go away, and they just keep flaring up. And they play great team ball. Like, Halliburton only had 14 points last night, but they had like 7 figures in double digits. So
7 players.
Like 6 or 7 players had like double figures. Like, and one of, if not 6 or 7, one of them had close to double digits, but they're a very, very deep team.
Yeah. And also, Aaron Rodgers, he signed with the Steelers. He did a 1-year deal with the Steelers. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, let's get back into this presidential news. So Trump says he feels like trade talks with China are in very good shape. Speaking from the Oval Office as he welcomed German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Trump confirmed he spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping yesterday morning. Let's take a listen to Trump's comments regarding that conversation.
We had a very good talk, and we've straightened out any complexity. It's very complex stuff, and we straighten it out. We're going to have Scott and Howard and Jameson will be going and meeting with their top people and continue it forward. But no, I think we have everything. I think we're in very good shape with China and the trade deal.
So Trump described trade talks between the two countries as having a lot of complexities. And the president also said teams from China and the U.S. will meet soon, referencing Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick. He added that Chinese President Xi, invited him and the First Lady to come to China. And he also extended the same invite to President Xi to come here. Meanwhile, President Trump is banning travelers from dozens of countries, citing security risk. The proclamation signed on Wednesday evening fully restricts and limits the entry of nationals from 12 countries. That list includes Afghanistan, Iran, Haiti, Somalia, Sudan, and others. Now, people from 7 countries will have partial restrictions, including Cuba and Venezuela. The president said there's different levels of restrictions. Let's take a listen to his comments.
The list is subject to revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed.
So as previously reported, Trump was back and forth on the decision, with Sunday's anti-Semitic attack in Boulder, Colorado, putting things into quicker motion. Now, that suspect was in the U.S. illegally from Egypt, but Egypt is not one of the countries included on the travel ban. Elsewhere, immigration advocates are speaking out after President Trump signed an order banning travelers from those dozen countries. Florida Immigration Coalition Thomas Kennedy calls this un-American, restrictive, and racist. Let's take a listen to his comments.
I think this is highly disruptive to the family life of thousands and thousands and thousands of people who live in our community, particularly here in South Florida, but really across the country. I would suspect that this would get ultimately enjoined by a court because of its broad scope, because it's likely to be found discriminatory.
Florida Immigration Coalition's Thomas Kennedy. He says many people are literal lifeliness to their family in their home country. So, the move is expected, as he said, to face dozens of legal challenges. And the Congressional Hispanic Caucus is calling for ICE detention oversight after migrants at a Miami detention center sent out an SOS message yesterday. Now, CHC Chair Representative Adriano Espeya of New York says they are going to hold the for-profit prison detention centers accountable, and Representative Sylvia Garcia of Houston, Texas, says she's deeply concerned about the conditions at detention centers like Chrome. Let's take a listen to their comments.
So this is a crisis where we must determine whether these centers are motivated by the profit margins that they make, and whether due process is being dramatically and vulgarly violated.
in making sure that we use the powers of oversight to protect the rights of all. This is not happening at the moment. What is happening, in my view, is just sinister, cruel, and inhumane.
So CHC members, that's the Congressional Hispanic Caucus members, say they refuse to allow the Trump administration to tear families apart by locking up parents married to American citizens. Chrome, which is one of those detention centers, ICE detention centers operated by a private contractor, has faced long scrutiny of overcrowding and poor conditions. So it's amazing how a lot of these stories are starting to be relative, whether it's, the Howard, not Howard, but the Harvard immigration students and the ban on them, and then the judge blocking that ban, and how that affects immigration, and how immigration then turns around and impacts what's happening with ICE and the travel ban. It's just a lot. So I would just say, happy Friday and enjoy your weekend if you can. I know you give a donkey of the day, or you allow people to give a donkey of the day. If I had an opportunity to do that, I would just go ahead and give it to the whole government donkey. Hee-haw.
Okay.
But that's your front page news. Follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Because, they supposed to be working for the people, and what is going on?
Well, Morgan put her bid in, so we do that every Friday. Every Friday is the People's Donkey. So 1-800-585-1051. You can call up and give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid today.
That's right.
Thank
you, Morgan.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.